Well, it looks like Frontier Development, the studio behind Elite Dangerous, Planet Zoo, Jurassic World Evolution, is undergoing some leadership changes as longtime CEO David Braben steps down from his position. More in today's video. Hello and welcome, it's the Eradicator, and today we will spend some time to report on some news coming from England as video game industry legend David Braben steps down from his position as CEO of the company he founded back in 1994. He will be replaced by then Chief Creative Officer Johnny Watts, who himself is a veteran within the company as he joined the ranks of Frontier in 1998. This change actually came into effect on August 10th. Before we move on, I think that it's important to also acknowledge David Braben's accomplishments as CEO of Frontier. Let's not forget that we are talking about one of the fathers of the space sim genre and a pioneer in procedural generation applied to video gaming. This is the kind of tech that allowed him to create Frontier First Encounter, which is a third game in the Elite series, and it allowed players to actually travel throughout the entire Milky Way already, and also land on planets, including atmospherical planets, all created via procedural generation, which was already groundbreaking and revolutionary at that time. But Frontier Development would actually not content themselves with space sims only, and would diversify with other games, notably theme park games and zoo simulation, which actually kept the company alive while the space sim genre was on life support. Eventually, after working on the project for 14 years, Frontier eventually released the project that was internally called Elite 4 as being the game that we know today as Elite Dangerous. The successful Kickstarter campaign that was Elite Dangerous eventually became a hit and a reference in the space sim genre. It also became a powerhouse within Frontier's catalog and a locomotive for future games such as Planet Coaster or Planet Zoo, both of which ended up using Elite Dangerous' Cobra engine. In the past couple of years, more games were actually made from the studio, including, for example, Jurassic Park World and also the upcoming Formula One Manager 22. However, as the catalog diversified, some of its older hits like Elite Dangerous failed at renewing themselves and maintaining their player base or even attracting new ones. Plus, at the same time, it seems like Jurassic World 2 has also been a failure, just like Elite Dangerous Odyssey in terms of expectations, and that is probably why, with that in mind, and also his age perhaps, because he's also 58 years old, that David Braben decided to pass the torch. Now, David Braben apparently is going to still be within the company despite stepping down as CEO, as he will still be the honorary, still have an honorary title as the founder of the company, and will also become the president of Frontier as well. So that means that he will still be, for example, overseeing the greater strategies of the company that the executives will be deciding. However, he will no longer manage the day-to-day attributions of the company, and will still not have either a role in the creative process of the game. So, what does that mean, however, for the future of Frontier and especially Elite Dangerous, since this is a game that we've covered here on this channel? Well, at this stage, it is a little bit hard to tell, but I will take a guess here, and I believe that nothing is going to change, because after all, David Braben will still make the shots when it comes to the strategies, especially when it comes to business strategies, which means that these are going to be the decisions regarding extensions, perhaps, or new games that will be released, or what the studio will be working on. Also, it's very likely that we will not see much changes with Elite Dangerous, which is, by the way, dying, as we are seeing its player base migrating to Star Citizen or Nomad Skies. And after all, Elite Dangerous Odyssey not only failed to meet Frontier's expectations, but most and foremost, it failed to meet players' expectations, and the decisions came from both Mr. Braben but also Mr. Watts, and that's why there are no reasons here to expect fundamental changes. In fact, the way I see it, it feels more like Johnny Watts has actually been promoted, and David Braben is starting to prepare his retirement, knowing that everything will remain the same with his successor. So there we have it, guys. This is what we could say with David Braben stepping down as CEO of the company, or perhaps ascending to a more honorific role of founder and president, as he is passing the torch to somebody who has been with him for almost the entire time. Anyway, guys, that's all that we have to say. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that I'm wrong and that Johnny Watts will bring some much needed changes for Elite Dangerous, because, well, we need more gameplay, we need more changes, we need something, we need that wow factor that we just didn't have with Elite Dangerous, with the latest Elite Dangerous Odyssey expansion, which just flopped, right? With those tiny little atmospheres, I was hoping to have a little bit more than what he had, more extensions, more plans coming out, and just it seems like nothing is happening, and that is really a shame. Anyway, guys, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. It's the Radicator. I will see you guys later.